Hello guys and welcome to the world of WWE. Today I'm doing my thoughts on the most recent edition of Monday Night Raw. Overall, very disappointing show. Sorry, I'm just trying to unlock my phone. Yeah, very disappointing show because I'm just gonna go through the highlights. Yeah, very disappointing show in my opinion. Like it was worse than the SmackDown. Not hugely worse. There was some good stuff, but it felt like a very unnecessary show. But let's just start off with which was actually the beginning of the show. And there's Becky Lynch doing a promo. It was a very good promo. I enjoyed it a lot, but of course that might be a bit biased. So yeah, but I really enjoyed it. Great, really liked the promo. So yeah, then we had she also mentioned how she and Charlotte Flair are facing the Big Wars for the Women's Tag Team Championships. First of all, that makes no sense. It doesn't make any sense. Apparently Natalia had some travelling issues, but if she's having travelling issues to get here, just we'd have the match happen another time. But it's not the end of the world. It was a good match, really enjoyable. During the middle of the match, Shayna Baszler came in. Then near the end of the match, Shayna Baszler distracted Becky Lynch. During that distraction, Bayley attacked Shayna Baszler, had a little bit of fight, but Shayna Baszler beat Bayley in that little fight. Becky Lynch was distracted. Asuka walls Becky Lynch up for the 1, 2, 3. Retains the championship. It was alright. It was good. Nice way to open the show. It's not as bad as people are saying. So, yeah, and of course, and after the match, when Becky Lynch came up, went after Shayna Baszler, Bayley attacks Becky Lynch from behind, and Bayley stands tall. Of course, we're getting a statement for that triple threat match, which I'm very looking forward to. So, yeah, first of all, Eric Rowan does a backstage interview when he says he wants to pick a fight with me. Like, I really don't get that. Like, what? This is so bad. Like, it was really good NXT. He didn't say lots, but what he said was important. He was saying actual important stuff. He wasn't talking a load of gibberish and this stuff. Like, how dare you not want to pick a fight with me? Like, what is this? Like, in the ring, he's amazing. I only want to see him wrestle. Apparently, he's got a knee injury, so that's not going to happen anytime soon. But I would much rather he just scrap these little vignette things and just let him and make him return to the ring and actually have weekly matches and stop with these little backstage talks that don't even work. So, yeah, that's just my opinion, though. Also, I accidentally clicked on something. So, yeah, next up, Eric Rowan defeated a jobber. First of all, he's carrying this little thing like a pet with so, apparently on a thing that didn't make it to YouTube, he was going like, oh, you, thinking it like a little pet, like this guy's supposed to be a monster. And then he beats this jobber in about 2 minutes. So, yeah, I was just like, what? She's like, did you touch it? Did you touch it? He was shouting to the commentators after the match because he put him like, now stay with. He's like, no, we didn't. So, like, it's so bad. Like, Elcon was doing really well. Like, with the whole Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns, like, who tried to kill Roman Reigns' rivalry, a lot of people don't like it. So I got stuff stuck in my mouth. But I really liked it. I thought it was quite good. It made a star Buddy Murphy and all that stuff. And it made a star Eric Rowan, who, yes, he needed help from Luke Harper, but he still had a visual pinfall over Roman Reigns. A visual pinfall over Roman Reigns, just so the next pay-per-view they can lose the tag team match between Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan, but still have something there. Then for Luke Harper and Eric Rowan to be on different bands, so Luke Harper stays on SmackDown, Eric Rowan goes to Raw. Just for him to talk to some like evil pet, like, alright, let's just continue on. But hey, we can't jump to conclusions. This might actually be a good thing. You never know. There might actually be a good script for Monday Night Raw in there. So you never know. So yeah, next up, Seth Rollins comes out. Apparently, in the video and stuff, it was really quiet and stuff. Apparently, they were booing him out of the building. Like, wow. Apparently, so yeah. And he said, he's called it out when he wants a match against the UK's best. Then came Walter, and of course, I'm a huge fan of NXT UK. The last episode I freaking loved. I gave it a 7 out of 10. Which is really good considering it's like an hour, like a show or something. which was great. Walter's great, and a match between Seth Rollins and Walter. I'm like, give me my, you can take my money. So yeah, the match happened. It was alright. Unfortunately, when it started to get going, it ended by disqualification because the rest of the period came out to attack and beat up Seth Rollins. Then the Street Profits came out and tried to join the fight, but they were still outnumbered. Then Kevin Owens came out with a big pop to help Seth Rollins and the Street Profits, and they stand tall. But it ended up to a match between Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, and Street Profits versus Imperium. Really good match. Seth Rollins hits the curse stop on, I think, Alexander Wolf to get the victory. It was alright. Of course, I would prefer Imperium going over, but it's not the end of the world. Plus, we also had announced tonight that we also had tonight. It was announced that Team War, I believe, is going to be Seth Rollins as the captain, Kevin Owens, Drew McIntyre, Ricochet, and somebody else. I'm sorry, I gotta check now. This is gonna annoy me if I don't find out. Like, I wanna let you guys know about the official. Sorry, this shouldn't take too long. So. It was Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and Ricochet. Pretty good team. It sounds like a team that isn't going to get along. So, yeah. It's quite fun. Makes sense. Some of the big guys. So, I can't really complain. I'm very looking forward to NXT. Very looking forward to NXT. Well, I'm always looking forward to NXT. But, because it is, in my opinion, from what I've seen in the highlights, although there are bits that it is in my opinion, from the highlights, it is a better show than AEW Dynamite. I said it. So, yeah, I just really enjoy more. Like, there's some stuff AEW did that have surpassed NXT, like Cody Rhodes' promo was incredible. Chris Jericho just being Chris Jericho. Like, I'm not saying the show's terrible. I just think NXT's a better show. Just because it's kind of the show that I prefer. So, yeah, but now let's continue on with this. Yeah, that's a pretty good team. Makes sense. Can't wait for Survivor Series, which I was going to say. So, yeah. So, I'm always looking forward to Survivor Series, even if the build is terrible. Which the build has been good. Just suffered a bit with the most recent shows. Which of course have to be in the UK because WWE doesn't care about the UK. So, unless Triple H, because he won the NXT UK. So yeah. Next up we had Cedric Alexander versus Andrade in a decent match, but Cedric Alexander kind of got in the place what Sin Cara was doing the last few weeks. But instead it was Cedric Alexander and Andrade won the match. Pretty clean, it was alright. At least Andrade's getting a push. Kind of wish that they kind of pushed Cedric Alexander by winning the US title when he had the chance, because now he doesn't feel bored. Now it is Drew McIntyre versus Sin Cara. Of course, I saw this before Monday Night Raw. Sin Cara requested his release from WWE. So yeah, but apparently, WWE refused to give him his release, which is so just stupid because they're not going to do anything with him. Even if he goes to AEW, he's not going to be a star. Probably returning and join the Lucha Dragon, a part of a tag team. Maybe not even that. That might be just a team to put other people over. Like, he's not going to do anything special. And I don't think, I don't think they're going to release him. It looks like they're not. It looks like they're just going to keep him off TV for a while. And it shows that Sin Cara and WWE are not in a good spot. Because in this match, Drew McIntyre absolutely destroyed Sin Cara. I was like, I like it. I liked it, to be honest. Yes, it feels bad for Sin Cara. I do acknowledge that. Yeah, but at least this makes Drew McIntyre look like a killer, and he's starting to build it up. Because I think Drew McIntyre should be the person to end Brock Lesnar's run as WWE champion. Or either him or Kevin Owens, because they're two of the biggest stars in the company. So, yeah, it was alright, though. I liked it. At least Drew McIntyre looks strong, and I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan. So yeah, next up we had the Viking Raiders versus Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, part of NXT UK. Yes, it was kind of a squash match. I quite liked this squash match. It was quite enjoyable because Flash Morgan Webster had Mark Andrews looked strong. Their former NXT UK Tag Team champions. Yes, the reign wasn't that long, but it didn't matter. The moment was important. It was huge. They looked really strong, but the Vikings win the match. So, but building up to the triple threat tag team match, which in my opinion, I think they'll win, but we'll see. So, yeah, the Viking Raiders won the match. It was pretty good. So, yeah. Next up, we have this, next up, let's talk about Bobby Lashley and Rusev. Just feels like it makes sense, for some reason. So basically, it's starting to get to the point where it's so bad it's good, and it's actually getting some actual good stuff from it, because whenever Rusev beats up Bobby Lashley, whether it's at Crown Jewel, where the crowds like at Crown Jewel, the crowd is usually quite good, but they were the staff when Rusev was beating Bobby Lashley on the walls or on Monday Night Raw when he was beating Bobby Lashley, huge pop, like without even knowing, without even trying, they're making Rusev a star. So what he's got to do is beat Bobby Lashley, so Bobby Lashley gets his comeuppance, and he gets his standing ovation, and he's cheered like crazy. But the segment itself, let's get into it. It's quite a lot to unfold. So, okay, I'll just turn it off. Landis came out here to talk about how Rusev was a sex addict. You just want to have sex with her and stuff. And then she said about 7 weeks ago he had sex. I don't know, that doesn't mean why I'm doing this, I just said. She said that 7 weeks ago I had sex with Bobby Lashley. Why are you counting how long it's been since you have sex? What? So, and he, after getting beaten up, kind of getting hit by accidentally by Rusev during last week on Raw, I think, Rusev said she should probably go to the hospital. And Drew said that she did. She said everything is fine. Like, I'm perfectly fine and stuff. But it turns out I am 9 weeks pregnant. What? And then she's like, but I had sex with Bobby Lashley. But then she said, but I had sex with Bobby Lashley 7 weeks ago and I haven't slept with anyone else. Which means that if Rusev's the father and he put some brute in his... When she said about how Rusev put a brute in her, like a Bulgarian brute in her, the crowd cheered, I like that. So, yeah. And I was just like, really? Then Rusev's coming out, he was very confused, like, so she was very confused, obviously. She's like, why are you calling me, why are you saying I'm lying? I'm like, you're not... I didn't say you're a liar. Then they had a bit of an argument. Rusev's like, why are you shouting? And Lana slaps him. Then when Lashley comes out, then Lana jumps on Rusev and covers his eyes and stuff, so Bobby Lashley can beat him. But that's how the segment goes off. She said on the rampart, I can't believe you fall for it. Like, why did you even think of this plan? Because apparently it's not real. She's not pregnant. I was just like, what? And it was just so Rusev to come out and just beat so Bobby Lashley can beat him up. Literally, all you needed to do, you didn't need this if you wanted to beat him up. You can literally have Lana go, you can literally have Bobby Lashley go, Bobby Lashley, during Bobby Lashley and Lana's entrance, Rusev tries to attack him when they've scheduled a match. He attacks before the match. Lana covers Rusev, he beats him up, we get the exact same thing. Why did you think of this huge plan to try and lure him to get him beaten up that you could have done either way? Like, what? Oh, I guess this rivalry is getting from so bad it's good territory. I found it hilarious. I was just like, what? Okay, let's continue on. I don't want to stay with this all the time. So, yeah. Next up, we had the Singh Brothers archery for the 24/7 Championship. The 24/7 Championship no longer feels important. It used to be very important and very entertaining, but now it's just kind of there. It was surprising they were on the show. Basically, whoever the 24/7 champion is, one of the Singh brothers, he takes the title and he kind of takes the title and just decide they're going to walk off. Then they accidentally ran in the women's locker room, which is why there was a lot of screaming, and that isn't even funny. Then they ran into in a dark room, which turned out to be Eric Rowan's locker room. He beat them up. Then Trigger on the door is like, I think you've got some unfair visions, I'll leave you. That was quite funny. Then that part was quite funny, and he just closed the door and left. So, it's not as good as it used to be, like, consider everything, like, the 24/7 Championship is kind of just there. It's not necessarily entertaining anymore. It was entertaining during the first phase, but, now it's just not. I want to see the end, I want to see the ending of the storyline of Drake Maverick not being able to consummate his marriage. I want to see that ending. I know it sounds crazy, but I want him to win the title and consummate his marriage. I know that sounds crazy. Okay, it's a weird thing to say, but they just did it so well, they kind of just forgot about it. So, yes, I think that is about it. Yes, until the main event, Randy Orton, Ricochet and Battle Royale versus the OC. Pretty good match. The entire storyline they built out last week, Randy Orton RKO'd Ricochet, was pretty good, pretty entertaining. And I was a bit confused, like, this has felt like a weird main event because it was actually the main event. Then he was at the end of the match he was thinking about hitting the RKO with Ricochet, but he actually decided to hit the RKO, which I thought was very cool, just a very cool spot. He tags Humberto Carrillo, moonsault 1, 2, 3. Humberto Carrillo gets a win, which is what he needs. He pins the United States champion. Maybe they continue that rivalry, and I think I think that Humberto Carrillo may actually win the United States Championship before SummerSlam, because the triple threat match, which is AJ Styles versus Roger Strong versus Shinsuke Nakamura, are all heels, and that usually doesn't work. Very rarely has it worked. Like, there have been some occasions, like Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar, Survivor Series, but although that match is going to be great and I love it, I just don't see WWE doing it. So yeah, 30K after Ricochet said, I do what I want, when I want, like where I'll do what I want, when I want, wherever I want. I think they've turned in babyface, which is fine. They WWE need some babyface considering Seth Rollins has failed miserably, so you can have like Randy Orton as a babyface. Kevin Owens, in my opinion, should be given that opportunity to become the face of the company. Like, he could be a really good anti-hero. So yeah, that's just my opinion. But yeah, the show overall wasn't very good. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great. I would give it I would say 5 out of 10. It wasn't bad, it was decent, but it just felt very unnecessary. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, turn on notifications so you never miss a video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye guys!